When I first saw the photograph, I had just left my job. We were at the arts festival downtown, and I more or less insisted that we purchase it and take it home. Danielle ended up asking me what was so significant about that photograph. So I just shared with her, I said, well, I think that's what our life is going to look like for the next several years. You see this image of a person on a path in the overwhelming forest. And it's foggy and dense, and they can only see about 2 paces in front of them or so. There was the vision that was out there. I believed strongly that God was leading me on this path. At the same time, I may only be able to see this next couple of steps, but that's all I need to see. One of the ways I like to put it is that a lot of folks go through their whole life hearing all the things that they're not. They're not smart enough. They're not good enough. You'll never be able to do this, For some of us, when we hear far more of that, that starts to sink in and starts to impact who we think we are and the worth that we think that we have. And, that begins to affect our choices and the way we live our life. How impactful a program might be if we used it to really pour into people that didn't have that sense of value, have that sense of community, didn't have that sense of their own self-worth. So wheels started turning. What would eventually become Crop and Kettle, but didn't have a name at that time, and we didn't have it all figured out. And we knew that there was going to be things that we figured out as we went, but let's go. That starts with a few individuals with, board of directors, but then it grows from there to a staff that developed this program, developed this curriculum out of nothing. And even more than just what they were teaching, just created a culture where people can feel safe bringing their vulnerabilities, their barriers from the past, and create a place of peace for them. The program was starting to come together. The home that we found was at St. John's Lutheran Church. And we officially launched the program in November of 2019. At the time, the program was 6 months long. And at the time, the program was designed very sequentially, that you went through culinary training for a period of time, agricultural training for a period of time, but where we could connect and collaborate, and that only makes the whole thing better. From the very beginning, something that her and I had said together was this organization, this type of mission can only happen if the community wants it to. 12, 14 weeks into all of that, we were catering a wedding that 1 week later would not have happened.
Okay, thank you everybody for being here. I think as you know, in the last few hours, we received confirmation of 2 presumed, and I emphasize the word presumed, positive cases of COVID-19 or coronavirus in Pennsylvania. Now I'm saying presumed.
Here we were, this organization that was just getting off the ground and just building some momentum. COVID came along and really had the potential to just pull the rug out from under the whole thing.
One resident here in Beaver County has now tested positive for COVID-19. Now, county
15 residents at a Beaver County nursing home have tested positive. So,
as of 12 a.m. this morning,
we have 1,102 new cases of COVID-19. This brings our
There were a lot of challenging conversations that we had in a very short time frame as an organization of figuring out how we navigate this season. What can we do? What should we do? Do we just shut it down? And all those things seem to be changing by the hour. But we were a group that knew how to make food and knew how to grow food. And so we found ways to shift gears during that time and provide for the community in very different ways. We are packaging up 50 meals, roughly, give or take. Every day during the week, we've been giving all the meals away. Honestly, we could probably make hundreds of meals and not give out enough food. It's humbling, but it's also an honor and a privilege that we get to do this.
We've only been working here barely a week to put what we're calling here a victory garden. This is a partnership with an organization called Riverwise that are providing opportunities for community building. So whether that's kind of revenue generating things or job training, kind of sustainability and feeding ourselves and looking out for one another. So tonight is really just kind of the groundbreaking. So doing the work that's going to let us grow veggies here. So there's a neat story there that Crop Kettle gets to be a part of.
That whole time gave our staff a chance to reflect on how our first cohort went, and it gave us the chance to make the program better. We came out of that season seeing 3 times as many applicants as we had physical space to take, and so we ended up moving into a new facility. In 5 days, a huge team of volunteers moved us into the YMCA Commons where we're operating from now. We also had some staff transitions that year and new consultants that we were working with that we were adding to our team. We began to realize for ourselves that if we really are a healthy organization, then we're always going to be in this slightly state of uncomfortable. That's right where God wants us to be ultimately. Because if we weren't, it would just be all on our own strength. God designed us for community. God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit is community. And God created each of us in His image, but each of us individually is only a part of His image. So we get to see more of God when more of us are working together.
One of the things I love about Crop Kettle is this melding of worlds, that it brings together so many different people of different experiences and backgrounds, different economic classes, different races, different educational levels, different barriers. And as we get to hear one another's stories, there are so many ways in which we all can relate to one another in the human experience. There's shared grief, shared joys and celebrations. And so it's a beautiful thing to see these people coming together who may have no other reason to have ever encountered one another before, and the ways that Crop Kettle gets to create that community, and that we can become a part of one another's lives and shifting one another's perspectives.
When we're in community and we're walking alongside one another, there's times that are going to be messy and challenging, and there's also going to be times where we all get to rejoice and have great moments of celebration together. And we've definitely experienced both of those things. You know, some of those challenging circumstances Melita received a cancer diagnosis while she was in the program with us. And we knew right away the impact that had on her, because she had previously lost her own mother and grandmother to cancer. And so when she got that diagnosis, immediately her thoughts went to her children. You knew what a heavy weight that was to carry, on top of just how she was physically feeling. But she stuck it out, and she finished the program with so much joy. You know, her smile is still stuck in my brain. She was just such an incredibly sweet and joyful person. And she began her treatments for cancer just a few weeks later in January. And she ultimately passed in June of 2022. And earlier this year was also, one of the most significant times of grief and loss for our program. Our student, graduate, colleague, and friend Becky Miller was tragically killed in the first week of January of this year. And 9-10 months later, that still feels surreal, like it happened yesterday, and also 10 years ago at the same time, because grief does not have a linear time to it, and it's something that we're experiencing collectively, not each of us individually, but collectively. Which means we're all going through different facets of that grief at different times. And I've shared openly with our organization that without question, this has been the most challenging year of leadership of my lifetime. And the most important thing to me was to make sure that all of us are cared for. That we have the space to grieve individually and together as we need to, that we give ourselves permission that some days are not going to be okay, and that we also at the same time give ourselves permission to experience the joys, the moments of laughter when we can think of fun stories about Becky, because she had an incredible sense of humor. And so just reflecting on all those moments and giving ourselves permission to enjoy those, and giving ourselves permission to celebrate the joys with every new group of students that comes into the program too. So it's been a challenge, to find the balance of all those things throughout the course of the year. This journey has taken me way out of my comfort zone. When I think back in the last 5 years, trusting in God's faithfulness has been a recurring theme. And it's been woven through so many things. Faithfulness of finding a place to get started, of finding first group of students to come through the program. Faithfulness that God would continue to help this mission grow, and the way that God has faithfully walked with us through all sorts of challenges. And people that have gone on to open their own businesses, their own restaurants. But to me, the greatest indication that we're doing our job well is that we've created that family atmosphere, and they all want to keep coming back.
When I think back on the last 5 years, I see so many faces. All of those faces represent this family that has developed the Crop and Kettle family. I think of so many partners that have come alongside us. So many people that want to support it and be a part of it and come to receive instruction through it. It's this beautiful representation of a glimpse of the kingdom of heaven.
I was afraid of being around people because of the way I got hurt in the past. I think my way of thinking has changed a lot, being around people who actually cared about me and didn't want to use me. I think that's what helped me the most.
Oh, so this is what it feels like when people, really care for you. And my hard time situation, they actually came through, and I was like, oh, okay. You never know who comes in your path.
It's not like, the Culinary School of America or whatever, but it's something that's made a profound difference in my life, and it interceded in a point where I really needed that,
I battled depression. And I didn't want to go back because I was embarrassed. And he was just like, it's okay. But they all just loved me where I was. He was loving, and Ari is loving, and Tim is encouraging, and Chef.
This man picked me up, man. Some days he went to Ambridge, and he ain't just dismissed me. That man turned around, man. Like, that's love, man. Anytime you connect with something and people pour love into you, man, it's something to stick to.
At the time, I was coming to school because I'm like, I need Aria's help today. Like, I need her to help me get out of this house.
My son was having some dietary issues, like he wasn't digesting. Chef Patty, she was like, give me 3 days. She came back with a stack full of recipes. 4 weeks straight, I switched his diet out with the recipes that Chef Patty gave me. He went back for his well-child visit, and they say, he's good here. Just keep doing that. And I'm like, doing what? They're like, doing what you're doing. I'm like, okay, this is it. Because she didn't have to take out her time to do that. That wasn't her job. Her job was to teach us how to cook.
Aria went above and beyond. Like, when Section 8 opened up, Aria went down there in person with us and took that time. But it's not just her, it's everyone.
You kind of create like a family and a friendship with these people that you're here with.
I was like, okay, this is what it's about. It's not just about food.
Wow, these people really have my back. And I'm so thankful to see and know that I have people who stand behind me and believe in me and see something in me that I didn't see.
I got the best out of Crop and Kettle. I passed my test. I learned about mental health. I learned about myself.
I discovered what my purpose is.
I actually found myself here.
I accomplished the goal.
Like, it opened me up to not be so in my shell.
Family is becoming people I choose, people that surround me in ways that, like, I never would have anticipated.
Like, I thought I was just going to school for cooking. Anybody want to get in Crop and Kettle, man, like, it's special, man. Thank you.
Congratulations to Crop Kettle on the 5-year anniversary. I remember talking to Tim and Danielle about this idea, this crazy idea of Crop Kettle, and now here we are in our 5th year of changing lives, impacting the community.
I just want to say thank you so much for pouring all your wisdom into me.
And thank you for all the fun that we have cooking, farming. Keep it going.
Congratulations to Crop Kettle on 5 years. Thankful for all the many people you brought this direction for us to share Lamppost Farm.
For anyone out there that would like to cook, want to learn some new skills, Crop Kettle is the place for you.
Congratulations to Crop Kettle on 5 years. Happy that you're in the community, happy the work that you're doing to help folks.
Congratulations, Crop Kettle, 5 years.
Thank you for furthering my career. Thank you for uplifting my spirit.
The friendships are just incredible. Thank you, Crop Kettle.
We've been so blessed to be able to partner with you guys and so thankful for everything you've done for our community.
Congratulations on 5 years. One thing that I greatly appreciate is our partnership where we feed people and strengthen Beaver County.
Happy 5 years, Crop Kettle. I am thankful for my family, my friends, and the most prosperous year yet.
Anybody who's looking to get into school for cooking, man, I suggest Crop Kettle, man. It'll change your life.
I would like to thank you guys for helping me with the next phase of my life.
I think this has been a great partnership, and we love having you guys around. You're fun and you're doing good work, and it also makes the place smell good.
It's been a wonderful partnership that Riverwise has had in many different ways over these last 5 years. We look forward to the next 5 years. Congratulations, Crop Kettle.
We are honored to have you as a training partner in PASA's pre-apprenticeship program, and we can't wait to see what the next 5 years will bring.
On behalf of Job Training for Beaver County staff, congratulations on your 5-year anniversary.
Congratulations, Crop Kettle, on your 5 years. It's been great to see you growing and bridging the food systems between what we do here in the Millvale Food and Energy Hub and all the great work you're doing out in Beaver County.
Oh, congratulations, Crop Kettle. We just love you guys, and I am so glad for your place in the community. And we loved working with you for the Heart and Soul sale that you did with us. We just love you, so congratulations.
Hey, Crop Kettle, it has been such a blessing to partner with you and your ministry over the past 5 years. And we believe here at Northbridge Church that God is just getting started.
On behalf of Ambridge Council and the community, we would like to congratulate Crop Kettle on their 5-year anniversary.
So it's been so much fun to see how this vision that God has given to Tim, how it has come to life and how it has touched so many people's lives.
One of the things we're most delighted in is our current partnerships, you guys coming and doing cooking classes with our kids, and we're delighted that we can anticipate a future partnership in the News Tribune building. So good luck, Crop Kettle, congratulations.
We're excited to congratulate Crop Kettle on their 5-year anniversary. The training they are providing to their participants is invaluable to our industry.
I enjoy volunteering. I like working with the students on some little projects out in the Victory Garden. Congratulations, Crop Kettle, on 5 years.
It's been really good over the years to be in relationship with you, to have a lot of Crop Kettle folks coming into Greenhouse Lab stuff and just see all of what you guys are doing and how you're growing. So I look forward to more of that in the future.
At Dutiel Church, we've been so grateful to have the partnership we've had with Crop Kettle. We're especially grateful to be a part of the ministry that empowers people to live out their dreams.
Congratulations on 5 fantastic years, and we're going to pray a lot more years to come.
We have loved getting to partner with you guys, and it's one way that we have gotten to witness what God is doing in our greater community.
I just wanted to wish a happy anniversary to Crop Kettle for 5 wonderful years. And such a joy to volunteer and to help out.
We just want to celebrate you, congratulate you on all of your success and growth.
And we're just really looking forward to keeping up that relationship and finding more ways that we can just keep supporting each other in our missions.
One of the things I love the most is all of the friendships, the student friendships, the partner friendships, the volunteer friendships. It's just so much fun.
I have been volunteering, I believe, since its inception. So I'm just so pleased for them that it's been 5 years. Here's to many, many more.
Wanted to share a couple of my favorite memories. One is just seeing students get unstuck, changing mindsets, taking their trials and turning them into positives.
Yay to them. For one, I learned how to make homemade sausages. I love it. They teach that they care about everyone. They shows everyone that they care and they're willing to help. So if you can, come join Crop Kettle family. We would really appreciate it, and believe me, I will come meet you. Have a wonderful day.